Hello. So let's talk about research question. There are three research questions in this project, which are the first one: how do the business company adapt to the pandemic situation in order to continue their business in a daily basis? Second, what are the initiatives implemented by the government to aid business and people that are affected by the COVID pandemic? And the third one is the how Malaysia economy can recover from the government initiative. So from this research question, we are we are managed to find three research objectives, which are the RO1 is to determine how major business and small business have dealt and adapt with the COVID-19 pandemic and their effort to continue their business on daily basis. The second one, to study the effectiveness of work from home implemented by business to continue business. And the third one is to identify method and initiative implemented by the government in aiding business and people affected by the pandemic to recover economy after the MCO. So from that, we have met three hypotheses. Okay, so the first one is if work from home implemented by business company is effective, then business can run daily. The second one, if business owner use online platform to sell their item, then usage of e-commerce such as Shopee and Foodpanda will increase during the pandemic. And the third one, if the initiative implemented by the government are effective, then business can run like usual and Malaysia economy can recover. So, how to know that all this makes sense? Let's continue to another presentation.
Hi, my name is Alif Aiman and I'm going to present about the research method that are used in our study. There are two methods used in our research to collect the data. The first one is literature review and the second one is online survey. As for the literature review, the literature such as articles or journals is used and collected using online platform. The information from the journal articles is discussed among the group member and the useful and relevant information are used in our research. For the online survey method, the survey is created by using Google Form and there are 9 questions in this survey. The survey is distributed to the public by using online platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, and Twitter. There are 54 respondents that has participated in this survey. Now, me and my friend Irfan going to present the data analysis of our survey. The data from survey is recorded and then displayed in form of pie chart or bar graph. For the first question of the survey, the respondents were asked about their age range, and from the pie chart we can see that respondents' majority age range is between 18 to 23 years old, which is 48.1% of the data. Next is from age range of 24 to 39 with 29.6%, and age range of 30 to 39 with 14.8%. After that is age range of 50 to 59 years old, covering 5.7% of the data, and lastly with only 1.9% of the data is age range of 40 to 49 years old. The next question is about the background of the respondents. From this pie chart we can see that majority of the respondents are students with 42.6% of the data, and next is worker with 33.3% and seller with 14.8%. After that is unemployed respondent with 7.4% of the data, and lastly 1.9% of the data is a pensioner. For the third question, the respondents are asked whether they are aware about the pandemic that currently happening in Malaysia. Then, from the pie chart, we can see that 100% of respondents are aware about the pandemic. For the next question, the respondents are asked whether they are aware that the pandemic had affected the business activity in Malaysia. And also from the pie chart, we can see that 100% of the respondents are aware of this problem. For the next part of the question, I will pass it to Irfan.
Thank you, Aiman. Hi, I'm Irfan. So for this next question, from the bar graph, we can conclude that the most votes are for workers lost their jobs and sellers have difficulty to sell their products. Both factors have the same percentage of votes, which are 79.6%, which are 43 out of 54 responses votes for that answers. The least votes comes from online shopping increase, which is only have 53.7%, which results for 29 out of 54 responses. So next, from this bar graph, we can see that 81.5%, which are the majority votes for doing e-commerce, is one way for the businesses company to adapt to the pandemic situation. And the least votes would be by doing cash on delivery services, which is only has 66.7%. That results for 36 out of 54 responses. For these questions, the respondents need to rate their opinion for the question, is work from home effective? So most people vote for number 3, which means it is neutral. It has 57.4% votes and 31 out of 54 responses. So for very effective, it only has 3.7%, which is only 2 out of 54 responses. And for very not effective, it has 7.4% out of, which results for 4 out of 54 responses. So what are the initiatives that the government do to help increasing Malaysian economy that were affected by the pandemic COVID-19? The majority votes for the government provide financial assistance. It has 51 out of 54 responses. And the government reduced the tax has 63% of votes. Give e-commerce training program to the sellers. It has 27.8 responses, which is the least votes. So for our last question, 74.1% votes for yes but with low profits, 11.1% votes for no, and 14.8% vote for yes as usual.
Hi, I am Amir Ashraf, and today I will talk about the discussion. So, for the first research objective, we wanted to know how the businesses adapt to the pandemic. From the survey conducted, we know that some of the businesses adapt to the pandemic situation by doing e-commerce. As examples, businesses owners use e-commerce platform to sell their items online, such as using Shopee and Lazada, which is very famous in Malaysia. Next, some businesses use online promoting by doing advertisements on the internet to boost their sales during the pandemic situation. Next, we know that some businesses use cash on delivery services to sell their items. The cash on delivery services is usually done for food delivery, and it is very effective during the month of Ramadan. Next, the second research objective is we wanted to know how effective is work from home in Malaysia. Majority of our respondents scale work from home in Malaysia at 3 out of 5, which is effective but not very effective. Work from home has its own advantages. As examples, it is cost saving, less stress, and more familiar environment. Next, the disadvantages are poor internet connections, communication problems, and people might get distracted from the working environment. Nurul and Noliza mentioned that working from home in Malaysia is not a very popular practice, even though there are many benefits of it. Lastly, the third research objective is we want to know what is the actions and initiatives taken by the government. The government helped the people affected and the business affected by the pandemic by offering BPN, which is Bantuan Perkhidmatan Nasional. The BPN is a stimulus package under the Package Rancangan Perkhidmatan Rakyat with a budget of 250 billion ringgit. This BPN will be distributed and will be given to the B40 and M40 group. Next, the government do tax exemptions such as the tourism tax exemptions to boost the tourism sector. The individual income tax relief, which is up to 1,000 ringgit, has been extended until the end of December 2021. Lastly, business owners will be given e-commerce training. It is very important for the business owners to know some basic knowledge and marketing skills to run their business daily during a virtual platform.
Hello, my name is Aiman and I am going to talk about the conclusion. To conclude this report, this research was able to answer all three research objectives, which are to determine how major and small businesses have dealt and adapt with the pandemic situation, to measure the effectiveness of work from home, and to identify the government initiative and the action taken in aiding businesses and people affected by the pandemic. From the first research objective, we seek to find how businesses adapt to the pandemic. We found out that many businesses are doing e-commerce. Businesses can run daily through a virtual platform. E-commerce had benefited both businesses and customers in many ways. Sellers can sell their items online and customers can still do some shopping. This had increased the usage of e-commerce platforms such as Shopee and Lazada. Online platform has played an important role in helping the business owners to continue their business daily. Next, from the second research objective, the effectiveness of work from home is implemented by some businesses Businesses were forced to implement to work from home as the restrictions are ordered by the government. This has several disadvantages such as poor connection and poor internet. But it is crucial in order to keep the businesses keep going and to avoid the spread of the virus. Work from home had a positive relationship towards business continuity. The third variable is initiative implemented by the government. The government had successfully helped business to survive and the people affected by the pandemic. Under the BPN stimulus package, the government had encouraged people to continue to support local businesses during the pandemic situation. Simultaneously, this will help major and small businesses to survive. Furthermore, the government also encouraged people to use more e-commerce platforms, such as Touch and Go e-wallet. Tax relief given by the government is aimed to recover and boost tourism sectors. This will slowly help Malaysia economy to recover from time to time. Finally, we can conclude that all three hypotheses are accepted, as said above. And we can also conclude that the online platform, work from home, and the government initiative have significant relationship with businesses continuity. The pandemic have made a major impact on businesses and the economy in general. We hope that our economy will become more stable after this, and we hope that all citizens stay safe and stay healthy and follow all the SOPs given by the government.